Okay, everybody, this is my second attempt at the recap for day 4. Let's see. Okay, so this morning I woke up like 3 in the morning. Just couldn't go back to sleep. And amazingly enough, the sun comes up really early here. So about 3:30, it was starting to lighten up. By 4 o'clock, the birds are chirping. So it was really cool. And decided to call my parents this morning. Had a nice FaceTime chat with them. Made it really clear that I will not be bringing back souvenirs, particularly food. They are expensive. Souvenirs are expensive. They take up space. They get heavy. You get something for one person, and suddenly you have to get stuff for other people. And no, this trip is that's about me and my experience. It's about what I came here for. Food. Any money that could go for souvenirs, this money isn't going for me going somewhere to eat. So, priorities. Today, let's see, first thing we went to Ueda once again so that I could get reserve my seat on my JR pass. I remembered it today. So we reserved our seats on the Shinkansen, the bullet train that will be taking us Sunday from Tokyo to Kyoto. Then from there, we went to Tokyo Tower, which is either the second or third tallest building structure, something or other here in Tokyo. And we did not go up in the tower, but we went there, took pictures, and then went to the park, which is right next to it. There's a little small park, which is really nice and cute, with, a little creek and waterfalls and things. And then we went across the street to the bigger park where they have a temple there, the Zōjō-ji temple. I said that right. And chilled out, had soft serve ice cream, just sat and read for a while, and then walked around at the buildings. And there was actually a wedding going on in the larger, I guess, part of the largest structure in the temple. And it was really beautiful. They have these screens. I don't know if they go over the doors or just close for certain things, but they have a kind of a lattice structure. And I guess it's kind of like the one-way things where we could see in, like we got up real close and you can see in, but maybe they can't see out. But we could see some of the wedding ceremony going on. And I think it's kind of a long ceremony because Ali went and saw a part of it, came back, told me about it. And a while later, I went and saw it, and it didn't look like it was it looked like it was going to be a while, but it was really beautiful, really, really beautiful. From there, we went to Shinjuku, and we went to the Tokyo, I think, government metropolitan buildings. I guess they're twin towers, and so we went there because why spend money to go up in Tokyo Tower to get the view when you can go to this government building that has an even higher observation deck that you can go into for free. Always good with free. So we went up there, got lots. The view is amazing. Tokyo is huge. It is ridiculous. I mean, it's like never-ending sea of buildings and structures, and the majority of them are just absolutely gorgeous. And so took pictures in there, and by this time I was really, really hungry, so we left there and went to, all I can remember of the name of the street is Ueda, it's Ueda something, but it's this tiny little alley that Google Maps the GPS was not really good with getting us there. I couldn't tell which level we were on because there's the Shinjuku station, which is the largest train station in Tokyo and Japan, possibly. I mean, this sucker is massive. It's like several blocks, all underground, and so I couldn't tell if we were in the station, if we were on the street level, or if we were up a higher level, because then there's all these shopping, centers and I don't know, buildings that have multiple levels of shopping in them, so I couldn't tell where we were, so it kept sending us the place and telling us to go upstairs and downstairs, and anyway, eventually got there. There's this tiny little alley that you would just go right past, but I had seen a YouTube video saying to go there, so we found it, and it's basically, it's like old Tokyo, where it's what it was like back in the day when you can walk in this small little alley and they had like little offshoots of either bars or restaurants, and it's basically just like big enough for like someone to have like basically like a tiny little kitchen bar, and maybe like have a maybe max of, you know, depending on how they set it up, 8 to 10 stools that you can sit down and eat. And it's this tiny little thing. And Ollie, the first one we came to, one of the first ones was the curry, cocoa curry, which he said is the national dish. So he wanted to go for that, but I wasn't in the mood for curry. So I walked up and down to see what everybody had, and eventually what I wanted wasn't one of the options. So I eventually went to one, and it's a little kebab place, which most of them actually were either noodles, which I was a little too warm for a hot bowl of noodles, or it was kebabs. So eventually I ended up at a kebab place, and I ordered the special set. Just looked at the picture, couldn't tell what most of it was, and when I got it, unfortunately, 2 of the kebabs were mushrooms, and I don't do mushrooms. And it's, from what I've been told, it's kind of rude to leave food on your plate, so I was really concerned about being rude. So Ollie eventually came back by from when he'd finished his food, and he loves mushrooms. I was hoping he would eat them, but he was stuffed from curry. And so I decided I'm just going to have to be rude and not eat it, rather than be rude by trying to eat it and gagging, which probably she wouldn't understand why I was gagging over her food. So, yeah, I ended up having to leave the mushrooms. So, we went from there to Harajuku, which is, I guess in reference to like Little 5 Points in Atlanta. It's the kind of hip, cool, anything goes kind of area. People, you know, dressed up in crazy outfits, and there's this one street when you come right out of the Harajuku station. There's this one street, which I got pictures of, just a flood and sea of people. So incredibly crowded. And it's just mainly on this one main street. And which is amazing because you turn off of any little alley on that street, completely empty. You can walk around any of the side streets, but somehow this main strip is jam-packed full of people. Got lots of amazing pictures. Went there to walk all the way down to get to this crepe place. They make these amazing crepes. And apparently, I guess there was one original place that opened up in the 70s. And because of them, there are now several competitors. So there are crepe places all over. And the crepes are ridiculous, where it's, you know, the crepe with fruit and cream and, I don't know, chocolate. And sometimes they have ice cream in it or cheesecake. And that could be a bit much. But I ended up getting a crepe with just kind of strawberries, cream, and whipped cream and custard. And I got a milky mango tapioca drink. Kind of overdid it on the sugar there. But it was all delicious. And then I kind of walked around a little to see there's a lot of shops and stores, a lot of salons for getting your hair done in whatever style you want. So that was cool. Really crowded. But it was nice, and I think it's a little more high-end because some of the houses and the buildings were just absolutely gorgeous and very interesting. So then we left there, and we went to Shibuya because we wanted to go to the Shibuya crossing. I have a separate video for that, which will be on Google Photos. And Shibuya crossing is, I guess, the world's largest pedestrian crossing. And you've seen it probably in movies and all kinds of TV and all kinds of things, but it's where the vehicles have their lights, and when it stops, then the people just cross crazily across this intersection. And they say it's the largest one in the world because they say about 1 million people use it every day. And so we got video of that, and then we actually partook in it as well. And then we stopped at a little coffee shop over Shibuya, the Shibuya crossing, and had tea and coffee. And then finally made our way back. Stopped and got some more food, because I'm all about the food. And yeah, long day, our longest day, really tiring, but awesome. So I think we're gonna take it a little easier now, because I think we got most of the things out of the way. Gotta get there, gotta get there, gotta get there. checked a lot of things off the list. A lot of the other things I want to do, I think, are day trips outside of the city, so those will come later. But it's been awesome, it's been amazing, and really looking forward to winding down for the day. And I forgot to try the melatonin last night, but I'm going to try it tonight to see if I can actually sleep through the entire night. That would be really nice. So that's a recap of today, and I'm actually probably going to have to put this on Facebook because Daddy, he went ahead and shared it with a bunch of people anyway, and I did kind of tell people I would share it. I'd put it on YouTube, so I guess I'll actually have to share it, even though I don't like putting my stuff out there on the internet for just random people. But I'll do it anyway, just for this trip. So, hi Facebook people. Yes, so I am ready to wind down, and I guess I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to check out the link in the description for the link to the Google Photos, where I have all the photos I've taken, as well as little short videos, because I'm not going to take the time to edit together all these videos and make them super fancy on YouTube. It's just not going to happen. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.